We're playing Make Me Laugh to win Jay Leno tickets.
Go ahead. Let's hear the story.
It was storming one day in my hometown, and a girlfriend and I ran to get my nephew, who was alone. And it was like pouring cats and dogs. I mean, you couldn't even see. And we get out in front of my house, and we get out of my car, and we're going across the boulevard, and I'm thinking, why is my car door open on the passenger side? And I'm going, Robin, shut my car door, because you couldn't even see across the street. It was raining so hard. And I thought, where is she? And our boulevard had opened up, and she had fallen down in the boulevard. So she was like 3 feet in the ground. And so my nephew and I are pulling her out of this while we're just like drenched, and it sucked her moccasins right off her feet, so they're still down in my boulevard somewhere. And I mean, she was just getting sucked up into the earth.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it didn't make you laugh.
No, but it's a really great story.
My daughter had gotten out of the bath, gotten dressed. We were all sitting there, and all of a sudden she says, "Oh my God!" She's like, "Mom, look at my puss." My reaction was like, "What?" And then she's like, she had a mosquito bite on her leg. So after taking a bath, and the scab must have come off, and looked like pus. But to her, it was puss. So I was trying to explain to her while trying to be serious, but she was arguing with me like she was for sure that the word was puss. So I had explained to her that there's many different ways of, explaining that word.
That is funny.
Okay. Well, I was tanning in the tanning bed, and I used to go a lot, and I'd always put the little heart on so that I knew how dark I was getting. And I had to go to the doctor and to get a physical. So I was in there, and I was laying there, and he's doing all this checking of everything and stuff. And so he gets all done, and he looks at me, and he said, this little spot right here that doesn't tan? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, do you have any more of those on your body? And I said, well, no. And he said, well, I can tell you how to make that tan. And I said, it's just a heart from the sticker that I wear so I can see how dark I'm getting. And he's like, his face is like beet red, and he's just like, oh, I thought maybe you didn't tan there, and I was going to tell you how to tan. So then he looks at it, and he's like, oh, I guess it is a heart. Didn't do it.
No, sorry.
Okay, we were sitting around the dinner table. My son was about 8 years old at the time, and he just had the sourest, orneriest look on his face. And we were having a dinner of hot dogs, and I don't remember what with it. And I'm just looking at him and trying to cheer him up, and I looked over and I said, oh, honey, what's wrong? Did you get the butthole?
I can't believe I'm not laughing today. That's funny.
It was. It's been a long-standing family joke now. He's about 24.
I'll bet you. I bet it kills at Thanksgiving.
When I was at a friend's house, and she has a 4-year-old little girl, and we're sitting at the kitchen table, and we're talking, and her little girl's in the living room, and she has this little record player that plays little records, and she had this Green Lantern record going, and she was in there dancing and dancing. And we're talking, pretty soon she comes into the kitchen and she gets a towel. And we're like, what do you need the towel for? And she said, I puked on the record player. And we said, what? And she said, I puked on the record player. And so we go in there, and here she did. She spit up a little bit on the record player, and it was on the record, and it was going around and around on the record player, and she was going to wipe it up with a towel.
You throw up me right round, baby, right round.
This actually made me giggle as I was waiting, thinking about it. Okay, so a friend of mine tells me this story about her and her husband, and I think they have 3 kids. And they were all getting up in the morning and getting around. And Dad gets up, and he's up stretching and walks out and runs into one of the daughters in the hall. And
wait, is this a joke or is this a story?
No, this is a story.
Okay.
And she freaks out, and she's like, Mom. And she goes running to her mom. She's like, Daddy pooped in the front. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
He pooped in the foot?
In the front. Oh, you're a man. You should really get this. He didn't realize as he walked out of his bedroom, and it's right away in the morning.
I am lost. Honest to goodness, I am lost.
No, you don't know.
Oh! Well, that's funny.
Daddy, mommy, Daddy pooped in the front.
Because it would fill his pants, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, gosh, you're killing me, man.
Well, there was about 5 of us that were in a car, and we were looking for haunted houses. And it was wintertime, and we went down into this quarry, and we were kind of looking around and stuff. And when we went to go back up, it was quite an incline, and we couldn't get up because the car just kept spinning, and it wouldn't go up, and it would get stuck. And we couldn't figure, we were trying to push it up, and we couldn't get it pushed up. So finally, I told him to get out the rug mats and put them under the tires, so we did. And so every time he'd give it gas, the mats would fly halfway back down the hill, so we would have to run down and get them and put them back under the tires, and he'd creep up the hill, and then finally he got up there and he just kept going, and we had to like run for a half a mile to catch up to him. Yeah, I know.
It's kind of a funny story that happened to my uncle and my brother. My brother was about 16 years old. He wasn't old enough to drink. He snuck a beer upstairs. He drank the beer. Beer began to work on him, and also he began to feel a little lightheaded. He did want to go downstairs around my dad and my mom to show that he was drunk. So he decided to go and open up the upstairs window and take a peek out the window. My uncle was down below. He didn't know this. It got him all over the head.
Oh.
But my uncle went inside and told my dad and my mom, he said, "Hey, you better grab an umbrella. I think it's starting to rain outside."
That did it!
That's it.
All right. Woo. I know how to laugh. Excellent. I was honest to goodness, I was afraid I was not going to laugh at all today.
Yeah, that happened probably 25 years ago.
And it's still funny.
It is still funny.